This one comes in from to kink or not to kink. Oh boy.
Ooh.
This would be like somebody asking something about like the trans experience for us, two cis men. Like, Jesus Christ.
You
all
played
right,
one in
all
a
right,
book, it counts.
All right, my fellow vanillas, help a sister out. I'm in my 40s. Hey, we can relate to that one. Know what I like, and it's generally very vanilla stuff. Sure, I can play a little bit, but mostly it's, what people consider boring. But I've been seeing this guy, slow your roll on the dating thing, and he's insanely hot. Like, can't believe he wants to get with me hot. The only problem is we've talked about what we like in the bedroom, and he likes pretty kinky stuff, or at least what I consider kinky. Choking, bondage type stuff. And I don't know what to do. I'll be completely honest and say I've never tried bondage at all, and I've been choked, but it always hurt and that didn't do it for me. Should I go outside my comfort zone a little with this guy, or am I just setting myself up for failure and I should leave? Liam, what do you think a fellow vanilla friend should do here?
Fucking try it out. He's hot. Honey, he's hot and he wants to fuck you. Just give it a go. As long as he's not like, hey, I'm really into like knife and murder play. Like, all right, just make sure you guys fucking, if you are listening to this podcast, you have probably listened to some of the books that we've done. You know about safe words. Just come up with a safe word and just give it a go. And if it makes you feel uncomfortable, use your safe word. It's the easy out. You try something else, and that's going to figure out what you like or you don't like. I mean, you never know until you try, right? Like, I think for most people, they're not just like, they hit puberty and go, you know what? I'm really into fucking choke play. Like, that's not, it doesn't just occur naturally.
Yeah.
Like, things have to happen within your sex life or your personal life that you go, that made me half hard. You know what I mean? Or, oh, that got my juices flowing, and you didn't expect it. You go, maybe I need to explore that a little bit more. So it's okay. It's okay to try things. And I'm not, oh man, that sucks. I made an assumption about you that you haven't tried all of these things before. And like, I get it. You said you tried choke play and that didn't really work for you, but maybe it was the partner. Maybe it was the way that they went about it. Maybe it was the mood that you were in at the time. You never know when things may seem more enticing in the moment than they do beforehand. Like, I have learned I cannot talk about anything sexual with my wife because she has to listen to these two knuckleheads talk about all the sexual stuff. So if it's like during the day and if I mention fucking anything, I'm going to get gut punched. Like, it's just not going to work. Now, if we are hot and heavy in the bedroom, I can bring certain things up and, maybe she's more, amicable to it. But it's you have to be in the right mindset. You have to be in the right environment, but you also have to be willing. And if you just know that, like, hey, this is not my cup of tea, none of this sounds interesting to me at all, then yeah, it's probably best to move on, find a partner that is a little bit more within your comfort zone. But honey, if he's willing and he's hot and you're thinking, fuck it, I only have so many years left on this earth anyways, might as well get my jollies while I can. Fucking, this asshole says go for it. But, the other asshole on this podcast might have a different opinion. What do you think, Tim? Take it away.
It's not that different, but I will say it's hilarious how you keep calling her honey. That is just, that's A+ theater. I love it.
Thank you.
I don't have really that different of an opinion, but I just want to toss in a caveat. Just with things that you're considering trying, just make sure you trust this guy. Because I think a lot of the success in this kind of stuff is being able to let go, being able to be in it. And part of that is going to be, do I trust this person to like take care of me, to not hurt me, to, if I say the safe word, to actually stop. And so I think that's going to be for you to decide, knowing this person. You say you've been seeing him. I don't know how long you've been seeing him, how well you know him, but like, if you trust him enough to try some stuff and you're asking, should you go outside your comfort zone, which means you're open to it, you're considering it. I'm with Liam. Like, if you if you feel comfortable with this guy and you trust him and you feel like you'll be safe with him and you want to try this stuff, or at least not even that you want to, but you're like, I don't know, maybe, then give it a shot. I will say, just tossing in a little bit of personal experience from a very vanilla dude, I've done some choking. I've not been choked, and if I had to guess, I wouldn't like it, but if somebody's like, can I choke you a little? I'd be like, all right, give it a shot. But I've done some choking, and what I have been told is that some dudes do it really wrong, and some dudes do it right. And apparently I do it right, but the only reason I do it right is because I'm a fucking nerd and I looked it up because I know how to Google things. And I looked up, like, what is the proper way to choke sexually? Because, there's a right way and a wrong way. And somebody who's like really into that kind of stuff probably will know what works and what doesn't. I feel like a lot of dudes like watch porn and they see chicks getting choked and they're like, yeah, and they just fucking grab a throat and go for it, right? And it's probably the same thing with a lot of different like kinks and stuff. They see some shit, maybe they haven't explored it and they just fucking try it without figuring out what it is or why or like, any of those things. So I think for you, if you trust him and you feel comfortable with him and he's got some experience and he's done some things before, give it a shot. You might find some stuff you like. You might find some stuff you don't. Absolutely, it is okay to say, I don't like this, or I'm not feeling this. Let's stop now. It's okay to be like, hey, I like this, but I don't like this aspect of it. You get to dictate the terms of the experience, and he can decide if he's cool with that or not. And if he's not, cool. He can go find somebody who is. But yeah, I think that if you are open to giving stuff a shot, give it a shot. You might find something that fucking works great for you. You might find that bondage works great for you. I had a friend. I never thought, like, for me personally, I've never tried like bondage with somebody other than, like fucking handcuffing to the bed and shit. Just like the most basic, boring person version.
The most Spencer Gifts version of sex.
Exactly. Of like any kind of bondage. But like, I've done that shit. But like, I had somebody send me like a couple of various things that I won't even try to use the terminology, but just pictures of what it looked like on her. And I was like, God, that's fucking sexy. Like, that looks so hot. I don't know if I'd like it if I was like there in the moment in person, like doing things, but like it looked amazing. And so you just never know. Like, yeah, I'm fucking vanilla. There's no getting around it. I'm a vanilla dude. I am very happy with just the act of doing stuff. But like, sure, somebody came along and they were like, hey, I want to try this thing. As long as it wasn't too far out of my comfort zone, I'd give it a shot. And I think that's a healthy way to approach it. But again, it depends on if you're comfortable with the person and you trust them. And also it depends on if you're going to be able to let yourself go and like be in the moment and see if you enjoy it. I'll just say one last thing that I think will be true. Like this slight like counterpoint to that just a little bit is that there's also nothing wrong with just being like, nope, I don't want to try stuff. Like, I'm 40, in my 40s. I know what I like. I don't care to experience new things in bed. I just like what I like, and that's what I'm open to. There's fucking nothing wrong with that. So if you want to be your fucking vanilla ass self, you be your vanilla ass self. And this guy, if he's not down with just being vanilla with you, he's not the guy. No problem. Move on. There's plenty of dudes out there, and you're fucking great. And I'm sure somebody out there will be just as vanilla as you and will enjoy, doing it your way. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with not trying it. But if you're open to it, give it a shot. You never know what you can find.
Yeah, I've got one thing to add to that. Boring. Try everything. Try everything. No,
okay,
kidding.
Captain Vanilla over here. No, I'm the captain. You're like the first mate of vanilla. I feel like I'm the captain of vanilla.
I just don't talk about the shit I've done. No, I'm just kidding.
Listen, I've been there for a lot of it, okay? I don't want to hear that.
I'm not allowed to talk about... No, I'm just kidding.
Brittany and I talk about the shit you've done, okay? We just don't do it in the text chain that you're in.
Right. No, I firmly believe that, dude. Firmly believe it.